rosary beads. You hold on to what you need. Vicodin, morphine dreams, rifles and rosary beads, yellow smoke, orange haze, blowing into my eyes, whistling sunset bombs. I couldn't trust the sky, rifles and rosary beads. You hold on to what you need. Vicodin, morphine dreams, rifles and rosary beads. White knuckles wrapped around a blackness that has no sound. Bombed out schools and homes, kids in the street alone. Mirrors frighten me. I don't recognize what I see. A stranger with blood on his hands. Brother, I'm not that man. Rifles and rosary beads. You hold on to what you need. Vicodin, morphine dreams, rifles and rosary beads, rifles and rosary beads. You hold on to what you need.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's heavy. I know. It's like it's a conversation stopper. These stories are really heavy. I feel as though they help address this thing that we've come to know as the civilian military divide.
Right. Yeah. And I know a lot of the guys, they just really can't wrap their heads around it. I mean, there were civilians, then there were military, then there's civilians again, and it's just such a contrast.
Yeah, it's tricky. I think we've been in war 17 years now in the Middle East, and we've been in war so long most people don't even know we're in war, and so there's this complete absence of understanding among civilians around what our military is going through and their families. What we're putting them through right now is just quite intense, and the amount of sacrifice and service they're being asked to contribute is profound. 1/2 of 1% of the population serves.
Wow.
It's a very tiny percentage, and they're being asked to carry the burden for all of us.
Absolutely. That's
and
an amazing statistic.
that's
1/2 of 1%.
1/2 of 1%.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. We're
Yeah.
speaking with Mary Gauthier from the 30A Songwriters Festival on Acoustic Interlude. I can't wait to get home and hear the rest of the album. It sounds like such a great project.
Thank you so much. It is a labor of love for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it get started? I mean, what was the impetus? The
yeah,
idea.
Good question. A young man, a great songwriter from Austin, Texas, named Darden Smith,
Yeah.
did I believe it was a USO gig, and from that gig he co-wrote with someone in the military, and they wrote this incredible song called "Angel Flight." The veteran, the service member was talking about an angel flight. I'd never heard the term. I don't know if you have, but Darden hadn't heard the term either. An angel flight is when they fly body back home.
No.
And so they wrote a song about that.
Wow.
And Darden's like, "Oh my God, this is profound. We got to do this again." And from that, he began to form what's now known as Songwriting with Soldiers. It's a 5-year-old organization, a nonprofit, and we are doing upwards of 1 retreat a month. 4 songwriters, 10, 12 veterans at a retreat center, and we're doing them all over the country. Songwriting with Soldiers now has over 400 songs co-written with active duty and retired military and their wives.
Wow.
I think we have the
Incredible.
Civil War diary of this generation of war, the 17 years of Middle East war. And so I've been doing work with them for 4.5 years.
Uh-huh.
And I started to have this body of work. It started to grow, and I'm sitting on upward of 40 songs. I'm like, okay, I got to put this in the world. These are some of the best songs I've ever written, and I'm sitting on them.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I should put it out in the world. And so the organization agreed to allow me to do that. So this is a commercial release of songs written under the umbrella of a nonprofit. And so I'm donating part of the proceeds of this record. $1 from every CD is going to go directly to Songwriting with Soldiers.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Rifles and Rosary Beads. And
Rifles
the
and
official release date is when?
January 26th.
2018. Okay,
Yes.
we'll look for it. We can get it online, right?
Absolutely. I'll come to marygauthier.com and get on the pre-release, and I'll get you one early before it gets to the stores.
And spell Gauthier, please.
Yeah, Gauthier.
However, most people on the Gulf Coast actually recognize that name, but, other places in the country, it's like, what?
I know. It's that Louisiana French. It is very, very, very different than classical French.
Absolutely, it is. Thanks a million for coming, but you got a couple of more songs for us?
Thank you so much for asking. Thanks for having us. I'm glad you guys are back at 30A this year.
Oh, we're glad to be here.
Yeah, this is a wonderful event to get all of us songwriters into someplace warm. Nashville's shut down today, by the way. They're in an ice storm.
Is it really? Oh.
Yeah, they're in an ice storm. I got a text from my publicist. We're working from home today. Everything's closing at noon. They got snow, sleet, ice. It's going to be hillbillies on ice over there. That's never a pretty sight. Never a pretty sight. So glad to be here in sunny Florida and playing songs with my friend David. And thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
You bet.
So this is a song called The War After the War. And this was co-written with 6 wives of service members. And the wives are the caregivers. And when our soldiers come back with traumatic brain injury or PTSD or any of the other complex repercussions of war, the caregivers are asked to do an awful lot. And this is a song that these women helped bring into the world. And as they were just talking, I was writing down what they were saying. And myself and the great songwriter Beth Nilsson Chapman were in the room with them, and we pulled this together, and this is their story. Interestingly, I've been contacted by the Elizabeth Dole Foundation about this song.
No kidding.
Yeah, they tweeted it out, and they put it on their Facebook page. Elizabeth Dole has a foundation called Hidden Heroes. And they help channel resources to organizations that work with wives, caregivers. The hidden heroes of the war are the wives. They're the ones holding so much together. And so here's where I can help build a bridge between two different sides of the aisle. And I'm happy to work with Elizabeth Dole and the foundation any way possible. They're doing great work. So this goes like this. Who's gonna care for the ones who care for the ones who went to war? There's landmines in the living room, eggshells on the floor. I lost myself in the battle of your honor and your shame. You stare out the window as our dreams go down the drain. Invisible, the war after the war. I get no basic training, I get no Purple Heart. I'm supposed to carry on, I can't fall apart. People look at you and thank you for the sacrifice you made. They look at me and smile, say I'm lucky, you're okay. Invisible, the war after the war. But I'm a soldier too, just like you, serving something bigger than myself. And I serve unseen, caught in between my pain and the pain of someone else. But I'm stronger than you think I am. I'm right here by your side. I am not your enemy, I don't wanna fight. There's no going back in time, I know you're not the same. But you are not the only one for whom the world has changed. Invisible, the war after the war. All right. And so we're going to end with a song that I always end with. This is called Mercy Now. Well, my father, he sure could use a little mercy now. The fruits of his labor falling right slowly on the ground. His work is almost over, won't be long, he won't be around. I love my father, he could use some mercy now. And my brother, he could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom, shackled to fear and doubt. that he lives in. It's almost more than living will allow. I love my brother. He could use some mercy now. My church and my country, they could use a little mercy now. As they sink into a poison pit, it's gonna take forever to climb out. They carry the weight of the faithful who follow them down. I love my church and country. They could use some mercy now. Every living thing could use a little mercy now. Only the hand of grace can end the race towards another mushroom cloud. There's people in power who'll do anything to keep their crown. I love life and life itself could use some mercy now. We all could use a little mercy now. I know we don't deserve it, but we need it anyhow. We hang in the balance, dangle between hell and hallowed ground. And every single one of us could use some mercy now. Yes, every single one of us could use some mercy now.
Nice. Mary Gauthier, and I do like the way you always close with that song. I love that song.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out. Mary Gauthier from the 30A Songwriters Festival on Acoustic Interlude. The album officially out the end of January, right?
That's right, yes, January 26th.
And it's called
Rifles and Rosary Beads.
Go Buy It. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're done. That was good, man. Thanks.